So this week's Parsha is Parsha SHMOS. We begin a brand new Sefer. Sefer SHMOS. Sefer SHMOS is different than Sefer Bereshis, fundamentally. The Ramban, in his Akdama, its introduction to Sefer SHMOS, contrasts the definition, the meaning of Sefer Bereshis, the depth of Sefer Bereshis with Sefer SHMOS. Sefer Bereshis is called the Sefer Yetzirah, Sefer of creation. And it's not just because there was a creation of animate objects. Not just because the Shemayim and the Aretz were created and everything inside of it, but rather Sefer Bereshis is a Sefer of creation. After Sefer Bereshis is finished, Vayisem ba'aron b'Mitzrayim, after Yosef is put in a coffin in Mitzrayim, Vayomas Yosef, v'kol Echav, v'kol Adorahu, and the whole generation passed on. That terminated, finished, completed Yetzirah. No more creation in the world. Sefer Bereshis is a sefer where our forefathers planted seeds. In the seeds, they planted potential. Those seeds took root in Sefer Bereshis. After Sefer Bereshis is finished, there are no more seeds to be planted. Everything that will become already is in the world of potential. Now, it's time for those seeds to sprout forth. It's time for the trees to grow. It's time for the fruit to become ripe and for us to eat it. That's Sefer SHMOS. Sefer SHMOS is the actualization of the potential that was planted in Sefer Bereshis. Sefer SHMOS is called the Sefer HaMaisa, the Sefer of the action. So Bereshis is the koach, the potential, the shirashim, the roots that were planted, and Sefer SHMOS is the actualization of that potential.
So like Bereshis, like koach yuli, as they would speak about, like the potential energy.
Potential energy.
Hasidim speak about koach yuli.
It's a beautiful, beautiful Rashi in next week's Parsha, Parshas Va'era, which emphasizes this point. Rashi says, the pasuk says, "Va'era el Avraham el Yitzchak ve'el Yaakov," and I appeared to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov bekel Shakai, the name of Kel Shakai, the mighty God. Ushmi Hashem lo nadati lahem. The name of my name I didn't make known to them. Rashi says, Ushmi Hashem lo nodati lo nikarti lahem b'midas emes sheli. I did not make myself recognizable to them with my midas emes. The truth of God was not visible, was not apparent. She'aleh nikra shemi Hashem, which on that truth, my name is called Hashem. Nemon la'ames devarai, because I am God who is trustworthy to make my words true. Sharei, why? Hivtachti v'lo kiyamti. I made lots of promises in Sefer Bereshis. I appeared to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, but b'shmi Hashem lo nodati lahem. I didn't appear to them with the truth. I made the promises and I didn't deliver. Why? Because Sefer Bereshis, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov is a sefer of potential, the sefer of Yetzirah, the sefer of Shoroshim. It's a sefer of promises, of energy that's planted and harvested, but not planted, but not harvested, I should say. Sefer SHMOS is the deliverance, right? Shmi Hashem to Moshe Rabbeinu, certainly. He's the first one. The Sefer HaMaisa, where the Koach becomes actualized. Let's try to understand this a little bit better. In this week's Parsha, Parsha Shemot, we have a very interesting conversation between Moshe Rabbeinu and Hashem. Oh, you got it. Moshe Rabbeinu says to Hashem, Vayomer Moshe Elokim, it's Perek Gimel, Pasuk Yud Aleph. Mi anochi ki elech el Paro. Who am I? Me? That I should go to Paro? Chiyotzi es b'nei Yisrael mitzrayim? That I should take the Jews out of Egypt? Vayomer ki yeh imach. It's not you, Moshe. I'm going to be with you. V'zel l'cha ha'os ki anochi shlachticha. This is the sign to everybody, to one and all, that I have been the one who sent you. When you take the nation out of Egypt, you're going to come back right here, and serve me. And that's the sign. I'm going to come to the Jewish people and say to them, the God of your fathers has sent me. They're going to ask me, what is his name? What am I going to tell them? God says to Moses, I will be, which I will be. Say to the Bnei Yisrael, to the children of Israel, Eya sent me to you. Say this to the children of Israel, Hashem, the God of your fathers, Elokei Avram, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shlachani Aleichem, send me to you. Zeh Shemi La'olam, this is my name forever. Zeh Zichri L'dor Dor, and this is my heritage, my remembrance from generation to generation. This is the conversation between Moshe and God, when God sends Moshe to tell the Bnei Yisrael that the time has come to come out of Mitzrayim. All of the Mefarshim who comment on the Pasuk ask a common question. Moshe asks Hashem, what is your name? What should I tell the children of Israel when they ask me what your name is? What is your name? Did Moshe not know Hashem's name? He didn't know Hashem's name. And there's an interesting, the Baal HaTurim says, in the words of Moshe is Hashem's name. It says, V'oimar li ma shemo ma omar aleihem. The last letters of li is yud, ma is hey, shemo is vav, ma is another hey. Yud Kei Vav Kei, it's in the Balaturim. So he says that Moshe, when he was asking Hashem, what is his name, what's your name, he was saying Hashem's name. So what was he asking? Didn't know. What was he asking? Rashi says, famous Rashi, quotes the Gemara, Shavuos, Eya Asher Eya. What does that mean? Eya Imam Bitsara Zos. Sorry, it's more Brachos. Eya Imam Bitsara Zos. I will be with them in this tzara, in this golus, in this time of pain and affliction. Asher Eya Imam B'shibud Shar Malchios. And I will be with them forever until the end of time, till the end of goals, in other goluyos, in other exiles, when they are under the rulership, the dictatorship of kings, of tyrants, of other rulers who persecute the Jewish people. I will still be with them. Not just now, I will always be with them. So Moshe says, Amar lefanav Ribbonu Shel ma ani mazkir lahem tzara acheres. Tell me, you be with them now, I'm going to be with you now, I'll be with you then. Daya l'tzara b'shaita, right? Why do we have to mention other tzaras? Amar lo, so Hashem said, Yafa amarta. Good point. Kol somar l'bnei Yisrael, just eya shlachani aleichem, one eya. Interesting conversation. Again, previous years we might have focused on the back and forth, the Shakla V'Tarya. But this year I'm just going to focus on the point, which is, what does Eya have to do with Golus? What is the name Eya? What does it have to do with the Golus that we're in? That Hashem is with us in Golus. I will be in Golus. What does that mean? I'll ask another question. Moshe Rabbeinu, even after this whole conversation, we have a little break, but then he's not satisfied. He says, what's going to happen if they don't listen to me, and maybe I shouldn't be the one to go, send other people, I'm not fit for this. So Hashem says, you go, Aaron Achicha is going to be with you, fine. He gives him signs. He tells him to take a stick and to make it into a snake, and take your hand and put it into your shirt, and it'll come out with saras on it. And that's how you'll convince the Bnei Yisrael. That's what Hashem tells him. In the end of the story, the Bnei Yisrael believe him right away. He doesn't have to say Eya Asher Eya. Nothing. He doesn't have to make signs and miracles. But he Amen Ha'am. They believe him right away. So what's going on here?
I think he has a password. Pakadati,
Pakod Pakadati.
Yeah.
Not Eya Asher Eya.
Yeah.
Well, what did Yosef say last week? Yosef ended off. He said, "Here's the key word. You should see. Surely God will redeem you from the land." He said, "Give that over." And that's the key word. So we know that's the key word. So the question has to be, what's his Eya? Where does Eya come from? Yosef already gave the key words last week.
So, if we look a little bit further, we might find the answer. When Aaron and Moshe go to Para, then they find somebody who puts up a little bit of resistance. The Jewish people didn't put up any resistance. Paro says, Mi Hashem.
Who is this?
Asher Shemot. Who's Hashem? What's his name?
Not in his book.
I don't know. And then that's when Moshe says, oh, Hashem, the God of the of the Ivrim, and then he gives them the signs, the stick, and the
shtick,
and the
all the stuff.
Taras.
Right, the snake.
But the Bnei Yisrael believed right away. It was Paro that needed a little bit of convincing. How do we understand all of this? The Sasemes in Taf Reish Lamed Aleph, PARSHA SHMOS, says a beautiful, insightful piece, which we're going to try to understand to the best of our ability. Vadai, it is certain. Ikar Sheilosoi, the main question of Mashimo, what is his name? Hoya bidavar hanogeya liikar hagaula. The question of Mashimo has to relate to the redemption. Ki shemo yizborach hu al shem gilui malchusa, because his name is the revelation of his kingdom. What does that mean? We're starting now the book of Shemos. Why is it called Shemos? Names. Maybe it should be called Geula. Maybe it should be called the book of Kriyas Yamsuf. Or maybe Mishkan.
Why? Say for Sarasadipos.
Yeah, Sarasadipos. Why Shemos? What does Shemos have to do with anything? So we started off this year by explaining that Shemot, the Sefer of Shemos, is the Sefer of turning the potential into the reality. Realizing the potential, the Sefer HaMa'isa. Let's read Rashi again with a new vision. Rashi in Va'era. Ushmi Hashem lo nadati lahem. I didn't make what known to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? My name I didn't make known to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. What is my name? Rashi says clearly. Rashi says, Lo nikarti lahem b'midas emes sheli, she'aleh nikra shmi Hashem. I didn't let known the midas emes shmi, the revelation of godliness in this world, the truth of Hashem. Which is called Hashem, the name. Nemon la'ames devarai. I am trustworthy to make my words true. Sharev tachtim loki antim. I only promised and I didn't come true. There was only the potential there, not the actualization. That means that Shemos means the name. That means the name is a reference to the actualization of the potential. Name. What does name mean? The actualization of the recognition of the truth of the potential. So as we mentioned, remember perhaps last week or the week before, the idea of Hashem, and especially the Shem Hashem, is a very deep idea. The name of Hashem is the way that we relate to Him. L'moshel. I believe it's Sham Shem Pinkus' Moshel. If a person was on a desert island for 40 years by himself, he might forget his name. He probably would forget his name. Why?
Nobody's calling him.
Nobody's calling him. So doesn't he talk to himself with his name?
No.
No?
No.
You don't call yourself Moshe Rafal? You don't?
Only when I'm trying to motivate myself.
Okay. Because a person understands that he's not his name, he's himself. He's his essence. He sees his potential. A name is the way someone else relates to you. You're Brand, good. It's a marketing person there. The recognition of who you are in this world is actualized by your name. When somebody says Rafal, they're thinking of all his great qualities. That's who Rafal is. That's in the name. It's the way we relate to that potential and what the actions that come out of that potential. But only you yourself know what's really inside, and what can be the reality. The emes is only within you, and that emes is not called a name. The name is the actualization, or however far you've actualized that potential in this world. That's your name, and that's what it represents to people. And that's why it's so special at a bris when you name somebody. You call somebody by name. You don't realize the power in that. It's all a name.
You don't choose your name. You are named.
Your name, yeah. It's Ruach HaKodesh.
The parents of Ruach HaKodesh.
Parents.
Yeah.
Now, Hashem's name is the same thing. Shem Hashem means, how do we see Hashem in this world? How do we relate to Hashem? Now, we can only understand the Shem Hashem. We can't understand the real Hashem. And that's why we call Hashem Hashem, the name. Why do we call Hashem Hashem? Hashem? Hashem, Hashem, Hashem. Why? Because that's what it means to us. It can't be more than that, because we're not on the godly level that can understand the real essence of godliness. We understand how it relates to us. And the greater we become, and the more efforts we put into our Yiddishkeit, and the more efforts we put into our spirituality, the more efforts we put into our learning, that's how much his galus, that's how much the name means to us in a greater way. It becomes more and more and more and greater and greater and greater to us. Obviously Hashem is infinite greatness. We wouldn't be able to describe the greatness of the Ribono Shel Olam. Mi yimalo gevuros Hashem yashmiya kol tihilaso. Gemara Megillah says, Mi yimalo gevuros Hashem. Who is able to say the greatness of Hashem? Rak mi sheyochol lahashmiya kol tihilaso. Only somebody who could accurately describe everything about Hashem. And who's that? Nobody.
Yeah.
So you can't do it. It says, Ilmole, if not for the fact that Anshe Knesses Hagadola were Misakin and Shemona Esrei, Hakel, Hagodol, Hagibor, Vanora, it would be usher to say it. You wouldn't be able, Hakel, Hagodol, Hagibor, Vanora? Ad Kan?
Where are you stopping?
The Gemara brings a story of somebody who said, Azus, Hayori, whatever, 4 or 5, 6 different adjectives that the Gemara, so the Tana rebuked him. He says, Ad kan shochay shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's all. Just that. We can't say the greatness of the emes, the reality of what Hashem is. We can't. We can only work on the way we relate to the Ribono Shel Olam, which is Hashem, the name of the Ribono Shel Olam. The Sfas Emes continues. So I'll just repeat the last few words. I think we understand it a little bit more. Ma Shemo, Ma Omar Aleihem. When they were asking that question, when Moshe Rabbeinu asked that question, what should I tell Klal Yisrael? Vadai ikar she'ilosai haya b'davar hanokeya le'ikar geula. It must be what he was asking was something that was purely relevant to the ultimate redemption. Kishmo Yizborach, the name of Hashem, Hu al Shem Gilui Malchuso. That's the revelation of His kingdom. What is the revelation? The revelation is how we see it. That's the revelation of His kingdom. But Uve'es Hagolus Nistar Kvod Shemo. During the times of exile, Nistar Kvod Shemo. His name, how we relate to Him. It's Nistar, it's plugged, you can't see it. Plugged up. V'hageula, that's Golus. What is Geula? Hu lios zenoda v'nizbarer, is to make the name known, recognizable, clear. Shekavod Shemo mashgiach alakol, that the honor of His name is watching over everything. V'shehagolus rak hester v'klipa mibahutz. That's just a shell. That's just a blockage. Sefer SHMOS, the book of names, starts with the first Golus Mitzrayim. Before we became a nation, before we received the Torah, Hashem told Avraham Avinu, Ki ger yeh zar'echa be'eretz lo lahem v'avdu v'inu osam arba me'el shanim. That shoresh was put into the world when Hashem told Avraham Avinu that your children were going to exile. Not only the exile of Mitzrayim, but all of the exiles thereafter. Those shoresh was put into the world, and now that begins to sprout with the Golus of Mitzrayim. Now there's an actualization of Golus. That's how Sefer SHMOS begins. And as the Sasema said, what is Golus? Golus means we don't see Hashem. We don't see the name in its revelation. So when the Bnei Yisrael go out of Mitzrayim, when the Bnei Yisrael are coming out, what does it mean that they're going out of Mitzrayim and they're going out of Golus? It means that there is a revelation of the Shem Hashem. The Geula means, the Geula is dependent upon the dveikus of a person to actualize the potential of his relationship with the Rabbanu Shalom. The Sasemes continues. In the Zohar HaKadosh, it says, my Shabbos, what is Shabbos? Shemot, the Kudsha B'richu. It's the name of Hashem. What does that mean? Pirish. Ato B'Golus, even now in Golus. Sheyimtzu ha'ara mikvoid shemoi gam ata. We have a day of the week that we have His name. What's His name? Geula. Right? The revelation of the Rabbanu Shalom, the actualization of the potential of Hashem in our relationship with Him. That's Geula. And we have that even in the Golus, even while we are in exile. And what is that? My Shabbos, SHMOT, the Kudsha B'richu. Why is Shabbos the name of Hashem? Because it is the name of Hashem. Because what is the name of Hashem? The name of Hashem means connection to Hashem, relationship with Hashem, clarity, an actualization of the potential of our That's Shabbos. Ki bechinas ha-Shabbos Hu zeh ha'aliyah shel kol dover lisharsho li'istabek b'chiyus Hashem Yisbarach. I want to tell you a famous Rambam. The Rambam says, Chayav kol adam loymar Mosai yagia maisai lemaisai avosai. A person is obligated to say, when will my actions bring me to the level of my forefathers, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? What does it mean? You're fooling yourself. You're going to go to the level of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov? What it means is that a person has to work on the relationship that he has with the Ribono Shel Olam until that relationship takes him further than just the actualization of the koach, of the potential, further than the poel, but all the way to the koach, all the way to the roots. Again, let's read of the words of the Sfas Emes. My Shabbos Shema Dekutra Brichu. It's the name of Hashem. Ki b'chinas Shabbos hu zeh ha'aliyah. On Shabbos we have the power to elevate ourselves. Ha'aliyah shel kol davar, anything that exists in reality, lisharshay, lihistabik b'chiyus Hashem Yisbarach, to attach ourselves to the real chiyus, to the koach, to the potential, to the emes. Last week we talked about Yaakov Avinu. On Shabbos we have the ability to connect to the Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. The emes of the Ribono Shel Olam. Mosai yagia maisai l'maisai avoisai. Person has to strive for the level of maisai avoisai. What's maisai avoisai? Maisai avoisai. We should do an Akedas Yitzchak. What is maisai avoisai? Jump into the Lord Kazdim. What is the maisai avoisai? The maisai avoisai is planting the seeds. We know Sefer Bereshis finished that idea. All the seeds were already planted. The koach was put into the world. Sefer SHMOS is the hisgalus of that koach. It's the revelation of that koach. It's the actualization. But there are levels that even in Golus we can reach. When we make clarity, when we reach heights in our relationship with Hashem, for example on Shabbos, we can reach even the level of koach where we see the emes of the Ribono Shel Olam, even beyond the shame. That's the pshat. V'zeh shekosov sheyishalu ma shemo. Moshe said to the Ribono Shel Olam, Hashem, they're going to ask me what your name is. And we asked, when we, you know what his name is. He even said it in those words. Ma Shemot. Ma. They're going to ask Moshe Rabbeinu something that bidavar hanogeil ikar hageula. They're not asking what is the name of Hashem, because we don't know who he is, because we've been in Golus for too long and we forgot what his name was. That's not the pshat. The pshat is that they're going to ask for the revelation of the Ribono Shel Olam in this world. How do we relate to the Ribono Shel Olam? What's his name? What does he stand for? How can we develop our relationship with him? So what does Hashem tell him? Eya asher eya, that I will be with you now in the Golus, and I will be with you forever in the Golus. That even when you're in exile, you will be able to. There will be times where you will be able to find me there. I'm always there with you. You have to recognize it. You'll be able to build yourself to that level. Even though I'm hidden, I'm always there with you. And you'll be able to see the actualization of the potential of the Ribono Shel Olam. You'll be able to connect and see the Ribono Shel Olam in every action that you make in the Golus. And I'll say even more than that. The word Golus, exile. There's the word Hisgalus. What does that mean?
To reveal.
To reveal.
Gilui.
What do you mean? Golus and Hisgalus is the opposite. Golus is not to reveal, and Hisgalus means to reveal. So how could they be the same word? So I'd like to say, the purpose of Golus, the meaning of Golus, the reason why Hashem does this to us and puts us here is Gilui. Now you can't have Gilui when there's nothing covered. Gilui means, Ligaleh means when something's covered, you uncover it. So that's our purpose in Golus, is to find the name of Hashem in Golus. Sefer SHMOS is to find Hashem in our Golus, to bring out the actualization of all of the potential, kaviyachol, the power of the Ribono Shel Olam, to bring that out in our daily lives. That's the purpose of Golus. That's why we're here. When we say Vayei Amen Ha'am, they believed. Of course they believed. There was no question they wouldn't have believed. In fact, you said before, they were testing Moshe. Pakod Bakadati. Moshe didn't have to convince them. But they were testing him to see if he was really the Mashiach. They knew it was coming. It was the opposite. They gave him the right. They
had a Messiah.
Yeah. They were sold. They didn't need anyone to convince them that there was a Ribono Shel Olam. But they needed to ask, Ma Shemo, how do we recognize the Ribono Shel Olam in this Golus? Eya Asher Eya. Hashem is with you in this Golus, and He'll be with you in all of the other Golus. The Gemara in Brachos, beautiful Gemara. Rashi quotes it, kind of. Zeh Shemi La'olam, V'zeh Zichri L'dor V'dor. Zeh Shemi La'olam. La'olam is without a vav. It says La'amed Ayin La'alem. It's hidden. Zeh Shemi, this my name, it's hidden. V'zeh Zichri L'dor V'dor. The Gemara says, Lo kisha'ani nechtav ani nikra. I am not read the same way that I am written. Ani nichtav shem yud kei vav kei. Ani nikra shem aleph dalet nun yud. The name of the Ribono Shel Olam of Yud Kei Vav Kei is Hoya Hoive V'yeh. I was, I am, and I will be. We can say the words. We can read the words, I should say, with our eyes. But we can't say the words. Why can't we say the words? Because it's not an idea that can be expressed. It's an idea that's way, way above our understanding. It's something that is ne'elam. It's hidden from this world. It's not something that's begolui. It's not open. Aleph Dalet, our master, because that we can relate to. We can bring him out. We can bring him into every action that we take. But I was, I am, and I always be the ultimate truth of the Shem Hashem. It's not something that can be nigla, that can't be something that's in the open. It's nelam. But why is it nelam? Because we're in Golus. Zeshmi Lahalam. In Golus, Lo Shani Kishani Nikrani Nechtav. I'm not called the same way that I am said. But in the times of the Beis HaMikdash, even in times of the first and second
72-letter name of Hashem,
would say
out loud.
And in the times of Mashiach Tzidkenu, we will be able to have the name of Hashem. We will be able to say the name.
Kohen HaGadol, he was right. He was in Yom Kippur.
Yeah, Yom Kippur.
But what is that? That's in the Beit HaMikdash. On Yom Kippur, when we're at the Kaddish Kadoshim, when we're the holiest we're actually going to be, now, because of the attachment, because of the clinging, you can reveal the highest name of Hashem to the world.
Hashem was...
You can actually relate.
Yes, you're at a level to relate to
a level which will become clear and open.
Yes.
But now in Golus, we're not able to. We don't see clearly what the real name of Hashem is. So we don't understand. We can't begin to understand. So, Ma Shemot. What is his name?
What is his name?
Eya Asher Eya. His name is Eya Imam B'tzarasam B'kaliyosam. I'm going to be with them in the tzara now, and I will always be with them in all of the galus. That's the idea of Sefer SHMOS. SHMOS is the lesson of the entire Sefer. How can we further develop our relationship with the Ribono Shel Olam even though we're in Galus? We'll never have the real His Galus, so to speak. But on our levels, we can reveal, we can work harder and harder to reveal and to reveal and to reveal. Our Shabbos could and should become a SHMOT Kudsha Brichu. Not just a day where we can relax, take it easy a little bit, enjoy our challenges. To bask in the glory of the Shem Hashem. Really, the first halacha in Shulchan Aruch is Shivisi Hashem L'negdi Tamid.
Right.
It has to be what? Shivisi Hashem L'negdi Tamid. And all of the Mefarshim say over there that a person should actually think about the name of Hashem. Should always be in front of him. Why should you think about the 4-letter name of Hashem? It should always be in front of you. Why should you visualize it? Why should you think about it? That's our purpose in Golus, is to reach out to the Ribono Shel Olam to bring Him into our lives. And as we go on further and further into our lives, as the days pass and we continue to grow, and we emphasize our relationships with the Ribono Shel Olam, then we're growing and we're little by little revealing what's really hidden. We're taking out the Eya Asher Eya, and then the Ribono Shel Olam is actually with us. But that's only for now. There will be a time where the Ribono Shel Olam will reveal His Shechina b'Yud Kei Vav Kei.
Yeah.
We will be able to understand what we can't possibly understand right now. That's the time of Mashiach Tzidkenu. That's the time of the Beis HaMikdash. But until that time, we could and have to realize that our job in Golus is lihis galos, to uncover, to learn the lesson of SHMOS, to go out of our own personal Mitzrayim, to accept upon ourselves Nasa v'nishma, our own Torah, again and again and again, kol yom v'yom, every single day. And if we do that, and if our Shabbos is a Shabbos, and we strive every day to say, Ad Mosai Yagia Maise Lemaise Avosai, when will I get to that level of the Koach itself, of the Emes itself? And we say Shema Yisrael with Kavanah. We understand the Yichud of Hashem. Then the Ribono Shel Olam will surely have mercy on us. And just like He took the Bnei Yisrael out of Mitzrayim, He will take us out of this long, bitter Golus with the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu b'meher v'yameinu. Amen.
Amen.